there is a lesson, and there is within it a milestone with regard to the relationship between the husband and his wife and the interaction between them. And also the role and duty that by when she offers herself to her husband, that she is protecting society, she is protecting her husband. And likewise that the man, that he has a role and duty, as in some of the other hadith that we mentioned. So there is a role for the man, and he is in a position of authority because he provides and he gives and he protects. And there is a role for the wife, that she is righteous and she is pious. And if each of them fulfill their roles, then for both there is Jannah. As occurs in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Imam Ahmad, he collects this hadith, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when a woman prays her 5 daily prayers, and she fasts the month of Ramadan, and she protects her chastity by saving herself for her husband, and she obeys her husband, then it will be said to her on the day of resurrection, enter into Jannah through whichever of the doors of paradise that you wish. So Allah created them, meaning man and woman. Mankind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created them and fashioned them in the best possible way. That Allah has put something innate in each. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided them through the revelation that was sent to the prophets, so that they interact with each other in the best possible manner. So Allah created women with the innate traits of femininity and their physical bodies and psychological makeup. And likewise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created men with innate characteristics and traits of masculinity and with their physical bodies, each of them different. The body of the woman is not the same as the body of the man. And the man's psychological makeup and his emotional makeup is different to the woman. And each of them, when you look at them, their makeup and their physiology and their psychology, you can see the difference between them. Only the one living in denial would deny that and reject that. So their physical bodies are different. Their psychological makeup is different. Their emotional reactions are different. How their bodies behave is different. A man does not menstruate, nor does he give birth, nor does he produce milk upon the birth of his wife giving birth. It is the woman that produces breast milk, not the man. It is the woman that menstruates, not the man. It is the woman that gives birth, not the man. They are different. Physically they are different. Emotionally they are different. The functions of their bodies function differently. The only one who would deny that or would claim that this is not the case is either a person whose fitrah, his innate nature, has become corrupted, or their intellect is corrupted or deficient. So the one whose intellect has become corrupted, he will claim, or she will claim, that a man can become a woman through gender reassignment, knowing full well that that is nonsensical. If physically you are different, psychologically you are different, physiologically you are different, your body parts are different, you were born different, then how can one become the other? It's nonsensical, and it shows the naqs in aql, the deficiency in the intellect of those who claim that. And this is no different to a person desiring for race reassignment. He was born an African, but he thinks that he's a Norwegian. Or he was born a Chinese man, and he thinks that he's an Aborigine. Why? Because he wants to reassign his race. And this is no, this is no different to a person who wants to enter into species reassignment. Born a human being, but he thinks he's a donkey, maybe because he behaves like one. So what stops a person from reassigning himself? Except the naqs in their aql, or that they are people who are mentally disturbed, that there is some disorder that they are suffering. And it is a disorder, a gender identity disorder, or a species identity disorder. A human being who thinks he's a dog, or a cat, or a man who thinks he's a woman. And this is due, and it results from a confusion in their upbringing, and a confusion in their education, that you strip them of their innate nature, and you corrupt their fitrah, such that a child at the age of 7 or 8 doesn't know whether he is sexually a boy, or a girl, or a male, or a female, or whether his gender is a gender that is open to choice, or whether the gender or the sex that he was born with is something that is predefined due to the fact that Allah created him in a particular form or a particular fashion. Don't be deceived. This is opposition to the command and the order and the wisdom of the Lord of the worlds, who created them and He fashioned them, and He placed them upon the earth and He provided for them. Yet they rebel against Him in the worst possible ways and fashions. Don't be deceived, my brothers and sisters. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you for a purpose. Recognize that purpose and fulfill it, and you will meet your Lord with happiness